Hey everybody, this is Phoenix Down, and welcome to the final installment of my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V 4 Job Fiesta. And here we are, the final battle against evil giant tree monster Exdeath, the Chloro Fiend himself, or whatever you want to call him. He's a giant tree monster humanoid thing that's still weak to the Man-Eater dagger if you have that equipped. But I'm sticking with the chicken knife on Lena just because that's been doing so well so far, and I didn't use that in the official LP. But here we are, it's the final battle. What I figure I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about things up until there's a lot of footage here. This is a long battle. I mean, it's 2 stages obviously. If you played the game before, you know what to expect. It's Exdeath, and then it's Neo Exdeath, and it's a pretty brutal battle. It's one of the toughest fights in, I would say, as far as final battles in Final Fantasy series go. It's one of the toughest ones, at least in my recent memory, especially if you don't do things right. But I figure I'm just going to commentate on what I can think of up until I basically run out of things to say, or I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Then I'll start fast forwarding the footage, and I'll put in a music track, probably Zircon's Vessel of the Void from the Final Fantasy V Wind album from Overclock Remix. I've already used that track once for the first fight with Exdeath, but I figured it's the most appropriate track I've got. That isn't like the Dissidia version of the final battle theme, or like that short orchestral piece of the same track from the Final Fantasy 25th Anniversary Orchestra album. But anyway, I digress. I'll pick a music track and try to fit that in there, and then I'll go back when the battle's over. I have a little bit of footage at the ending that I'm going to kind of wrap things up with. But in the meantime, we're fighting against the first form of Exdeath now. Basically, my plan is to I've got Ferris using Quick and dual casting Meteor when possible. This is my third attempt at fighting Exdeath, by the way. I died the first 2 times I fought him. I'll talk about those stories in a bit after I get done explaining what's going on here. But I got Ferris is doing haste on the party and using the quick spell to dual cast Meteor, because that's one of the best damage dealers there. Lena's and Bart's are basically doing the same thing as they always been doing, capture and build up. You know, you can't use regular fight command with the chicken knife because it might waste your turn if Lena decides she wants to run instead. Kara was casting Holy and doing healing and reviving, because Exdeath has a little nasty attack in this form called White Hole. He never used it in any of my battles in my Let's Play series, so I'm glad I get to showcase it here. It can actually, it does instant death and petrification at the same time, so in order to revive your characters, you have to first use a soft on them, or the Esuna heal spell, and then you can revive them. So if you have double white or the quick spell with Ferris, you can use a soft and a Phoenix Down to revive a character that way, like if it happened to Kara. But anyway, and as far as equipment goes, Lena had the Mirage vest on, well, still does technically, but she already wasted her one guaranteed miss. And apparently she has the guard ring equipped. I could have sworn I had the elf cape on her, but she has the regen effect on for this battle for some reason. And that's the end of Exdeath for the first stage anyway, but anyway, but yeah, on my last couple attempts, the second time I fought Exdeath, he actually used that White Hole attack 3 times in a row at the start of the battle. It made that battle that was my worst of the 3 attempts at fighting him. That one was just one bad luck event after another. Yeah, it's a bit of a noisy transition, but Neo Exdeath's about to emerge. I have Kara and Ferris equipped with the gold hairpins. I'm sorry, I'm kind of bouncing around on things. I'm trying to. I should have taken notes, is what I should have done. But Exdeath, or Neo Exdeath, is making his dramatic appearances, and he shall disappear for eternity, whatever that means. But yeah, I don't really want to know what they were smoking when they decided to design Neo Exdeath this way. These kind of designs always I mean, it's interesting to look at, but what kind of person thinks up this kind of stuff? But anyway, Neo Exdeath. Backtracking. Kara and Ferris have gold hairpins equipped to cut MP cost in half. That's been the case for a while since I got the first one at the barrier tower. And Kara's been having that equipped since then. I had to fight a red dragon for that. I almost passed that up, but I got lucky there, and it didn't use atomic ray and kill me. So, speaking of killing things, I just used the magic lamp to have Odin kill one of the 4 components of Neo Exdeath. But yeah, and Ferris has the other gold hairpin equipped I got from the pyramid. So here in Neo Exdeath, he has 4 components. The front one is a physical attacker. He does like vacuum wave and really heavy hitting physical attacks. The other 2 in the middle, they do Almagest and Grand Cross, which are pretty devastating attacks. The reason I have Kara casting Shell on everybody is because Almagest has enough power to one-shot most of my party members without halving the damage with the Shell spell, so that's kind of a precaution there. Meteo is a bit of a gamble in this battle because Neo Exdeath has, even though he's split into 4 components, he has like 1 or 2 other pieces of him that do not take damage whatsoever, but for like randomly targeting techniques like Meteo or X-Fight, you might randomly hit these parts of him that don't do any damage at all. So it's a bit of a gamble, but usually you can at least get one shot out on him if you use a attack like Meteo or X-Fight, or if there are any other randomly targeting spells out there. But yeah, this is a long drawn out battle. These components have a lot of HP. I forget what the back component of Neo Exdeath does because I've been using the Odin 1 instant kill attack on that thing for the last few times I played this game, so I forget exactly what it contributes to the battle. Yeah, and the frame rate's a little off. Neo Exdeath should be like shaking really violently right now, and as you can kind of see now, but you know, and sometimes he'll just randomly stop like he just did there. That's just like a frame rate issue of the recording process, which I'm kind of thankful for because it's really distracting watching him just bounce around like crazy like that. It was giving me a headache when I was playing the actual fight. But yeah, you saw how Almagest only took about half of my party's HP away that time, except for Phoenix, who only lost about maybe a little over a third. But it's a pretty brutal spell, and we're going to be seeing Grand Cross shortly, which is potentially that attack alone can totally ruin your chances, even at a relatively decent level. Especially for like a challenge run like this where you can't equip ribbons or anything that prevents status ailments. But yeah, this is a long battle, and he'll occasionally cast Dispel as well, so I have to reapply that occasionally and get haste back on the party. That sort of thing. I cast haste too a lot because I believe while I'm playing I couldn't tell if the haste effect wore off or not. I don't think it does, but it was like it wasn't registering on the, Shell was like the one that was the spell that was on display a lot when I was looking at my stats, like in the menu, and it tells you like what status effects are on your party. It doesn't like cycle through the different ones, it just kind of tells you the one that's on top. So I've been casting haste too, even though I'm pretty sure haste is still effective on the other party members. It's just kind of just doing it just to be on the safe side. And I use a lot of elixirs with Ferris. I don't think anyone else actually had to use an elixir. But for this battle, I'm pretty much having... there goes Bart's. And there's Grand Cross. It was probably better that Bart's went down, because Grand Cross does random status ailments, as I said before. And he could have been like confused or something terrible like that. That could have been bad. Or turned into a zombie, or any number of bad things. So I got lucky that all that happened is that Lena got petrified and Ferris is poisoned. So I got really lucky there. Kara somehow lucked out and didn't have anything. So I'll definitely take that. But yeah, this is my third attempt at the battle. First time, I was a couple levels lower, because I'm in about level 4140 right now, I think, something like that. I went back to Dimension Castle and fought Iron Giants in the last indoor room of the castle. And you can fight like 2 Iron Giants at the same time and get 5,000 experience points per fight that way, even though they're kind of tough and they can use Rocket Punch to confuse your party members. But I have the heal staff equipped at that point, so I could just have Kara or whoever has that equipped hit the confused person, recover some HP, and knock them back to their senses. But the first time, I almost beat it. You know, I got through regular Exdeath, Tree Monster Exdeath, just fine. That battle's really not that hard at all. And I got Neo Exdeath down to just the component that's like that weird red lion head thing, like the one that's the upper middle one. And he was almost dead, at least I'm convinced he's almost dead. And then he just started spamming Meteo over and over and over again, and I just could not keep up with the healing and the reviving at that point. Eventually I just died. I couldn't keep up. He was hitting the characters way too hard. I didn't have any defenses, and I think Meteo ignores defenses anyway. So that just flat out didn't work out. So I went and grinded up a level or 2 and came back. And then that was the time when Exdeath did White Hole 3 times in a row just at the start of the battle. I mean, it was like his first 3 turns. It wasn't like he did White Hole, White Hole, White Hole before I could do anything. It wasn't anything like that. By the time I had one person recovered, either that same person got it again, or someone else. I think Kara got taken out one time, so I had to have Ferris use a Soft and a Phoenix down in the same turn with the quick spell. So that was just one bad luck thing after another, and like, you know, I think Neo Exdeath, at that time I only had the middle 2 components left. By the time I died, he had used Grand Cross, and I got really unlucky with the effects it hit me with. I think Lena got confused and kept trying to run, which was better than attacking me with the chicken knife at any rate. And I think Ferris got turned into a frog, and Bartz was petrified. And I forget what happened to Kara, but it was a disaster. It was even worse than the first attempt. But then later that day and that evening, I finally did it again for this recording, and things finally worked out. As you probably could guess, I probably wouldn't be showing you this footage if I died at the end. So I finally beat the game and submitted my results to the 4-job Fiesta people about a week before it was too late. So I made the deadline. My contributions were added to the charity and everything. So they did good with the Child's Play charity and everything. I think they raised like, was it like $7,500, something around that range, which is a lot higher than what they raised last year apparently. This is my first year doing it. Like, I was vaguely aware that it was going on last year, I think. I heard about it, but I didn't participate or anything. So, I mean, I'm glad I did this. I mean, I had a lot of fun with this. It was an interesting take on the game to be restricted to just 4 job classes and the abilities therein. You know, you kind of had to rethink your strategies in some cases, even though in a lot of cases it was basically just kill them before they killed you. Speaking of which, the first component of Neo Exdeath is dead now, so only 2 left, for the front one, that is. But yeah, I'm glad I did this. I'm not happy that it took so long, that it took away from other projects I could have been doing. Like Super Mario RPG is still on hiatus, though now that I'm finishing this commentary up, I have nothing else in the way besides any real-life obligations that could pop up. I'm hoping to begin resume recording that tomorrow. What I'm gonna do is just record some video of, you know, I'm gonna stock up on some videos of that, I should say. So build up kind of a backlog of them, and then in a couple weeks or so, depending on how close to the end of the game and how I'm feeling about, you know, getting through things, I'll start uploading again on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, like I was before. Finally finished the game. So hopefully I'm not too out of practice, both in commentating and in playing the game itself. So I mean, I finished Seaside Town, so it's basically just, you know, a couple more maps to go and the final areas of the game. So, you know, over 2/3 of the way through the game, so I mean, it's, you know, it'd be a shame to completely stop now. So I'll be getting back to that real soon. So expect that. I don't really want to give a solid deadline, but I hope by the end of the month I should have something to put up. I should feel ready to put things up. If not the end of this month, at the beginning of next month. Because I definitely want to get back to that. I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been planning out what to do, like episode titles, good places to leave episodes off if things play out right. Cliffhangers, that sort of thing. Should be good. I'm looking forward to getting back to that. Getting back into the whole LP swing. This summer has just totally screwed me up in so many ways. And I'm hoping you guys think that it's worthwhile that I'm actually recording like some of the battles from 4-Job Fiesta, because even though, I mean, I had issues with like controllers malfunctioning and then replacement controllers not working in the first place and stuff like that. So I mean, the series would have had a hiatus anyway, just probably not as long as it did if I hadn't been doing 4-Job Fiesta this way. I still would have done it, but I might have just played it on my own time and just like, you know, maybe like, you know, taking like a snapshot or something at the end for my records and everything. But yeah, I hope you guys think this was worth the time, because I don't want to feel like I let a lot of people down by doing something else instead of the actual Let's Play project that I had already started. But anyway, at this point in the battle, I'm going to just shift back over to Final Fantasy V. I'm kind of alternating between attacking the lion head part and that other lower part, because I remembered from my first experience that you know, the lion head thing will cast Meteo over and over again if you're not careful. So I'm trying to like weather down their HP roughly evenly in the hopes that I'll be able to kill it before it can kill me, essentially. At the rate I'm going, I might not even have to cut over to an audio track after all. I think I might be able to just finish this up after all, because I'm getting pretty close to the end now. But yeah, you know, 4-Job Fiesta, it was fun. I recommend trying it out for you. You know, for anybody that might be interested, that if you've already played Final Fantasy V, you know, you already enjoyed the game, you can, you know, it gives a new spin to it. You know, it's over for this year, but, you know, they'll start pre-registering again next June, so you got plenty of time to practice. And I mean, it's something you can do on your own time, even if you just want to do it for fun, you know, just randomly pick 4 jobs and stick with them for the whole game. And you can make up your own rules if you like. You can just, you know, you can share jobs with the party or abilities and whatnot that way, but just be restricted to 4 jobs. You know, like a normal run for the Fiesta. Or, you know, you can make it so that you can do all mages or all physical attackers, that sort of thing, although that would be pretty tricky over at the Fork Tower. That could cause some problems. But yeah, it's just, it was good. I don't regret doing it. I just worry that maybe I picked a bad time to decide to make a little mini-series on it. I know if I ever do a recording of Final Fantasy V again, it'll be the advanced version, and that'll be assuming I have like a better computer and better, more reliable recording software and everything. So I mean, the Dazzle's cool and everything, but I kept having those issues where like frames would drop. Otherwise, I'd be doing Super Mario RPG off the Virtual Console. You know, I would never have had my controller issues in the first place. But you know, when my opening video, my first attempt at recording, I didn't even get through the opening battle with Bowser before things just like started falling apart in that file. It just wasn't worth it. So I just went the emulator route that time. But you know, if I ever get a better computer, which is someday, obviously, eventually this laptop will stop working. So I just have to hope for the best that it doesn't happen at a bad time for me. And I have all my files backed up when that happens. I'm just kind of all over the place today. And yeah, at this point I don't think it's even worth, the battle's almost over, so I don't think it's worth you know, cutting to the music at this point. So I'm just kind of thinking of things to say in the meantime. I know the battle's almost over. I'm down to the final 2 components, and pretty soon it's gonna, yeah, actually just the one now. And I guess that top one is the one that does Amagest, and it also does combat. Thankfully that was not Medio though, that would have been bad, potentially. But yeah, I want to get back into Super Mario RPG soon. I am considering what my next LP after that will be. I'm kind of on the fence on things. I'm kind of a little all over the place. You know, I kind of want to do like maybe like 1 or 2 little platformers again, just kind of change things up. I don't want to do like RPG after RPG after RPG, even though those are the games I like to play the most, and they're relatively the easiest to let's play usually, because they're generally more relaxed. You just enter commands, everything's fine. You know, it's not so much running around like in Zelda 2 and fighting Iron Knuckles and you know, block, duck down, stab up. You know, you can focus on what you're doing and the gameplay. You know, I'm thinking about doing another Mega Man maybe. And the battle's over, so that's it. Neo Exdeath has been defeated. But yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, a platformer or 2, and this is after Super Mario RPG is done. I'm not gonna do anything else until that's been finished, because that's taken way too long to get back to. But so long, Neo Exdeath. Good riddance. And the game has been won. And here is my little ending part here. So I'm going to basically show off, kind of prove to anybody that might question whether I really did play with just 4 jobs. So I put in the little ending part here so you can see all the abilities I've learned. Yeah, and wow, yeah, that's all I got there. But yeah, so we got the ending here. The 4 job Fiesta is over now. I defeated the game. I'm not going to do Omega or Shinryu. There's no way I can beat them at this party. Shinryu is a very remote possibility, but the Fiesta is over. I really have no desire to even attempt it. So this is going to be it for Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta. You know, I had fun doing this, and I recommend people that like Final Fantasy V to give it a try someday. Final Fantasy V is one of the more fun installments of the series. It doesn't take itself too seriously like some of the later entries like 7 and 8. You know, everything on the PS2 and PS3. It's like I haven't even played 13, and I lasted maybe 12 hours into 12 before I gave up on that one. They just don't make them like they used to, I guess. I'm not really big on MMOs, so I haven't tried 11 or 14. Even though 14 just got its reboot, last week. Even though it's having all those server problems I'm hearing. But anyway, I don't want to ramble too long because the video will cut out before I'm done talking at that rate. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini-series I've done. You know, if I ever do anything more with Final Fantasy V, it would probably be like if I ever get into live streaming, which is something I'd like to do, but I don't have the internet infrastructure or the proper equipment to really make that feasible. But it's something I would like to do someday, since that's like kind of a big thing now. And it looks like it'd be fun. I mean, I don't have the viewer base of any of the big guys that I've been watching or anything like that. But, you know, that's not the point. The point is to enjoy yourself and to entertain those that do watch you, and just have fun with it, you know. But anyway, here we are with Bart's, or Phoenix. I decided to call him Phoenix for this one, just kind of to personalize my run here. It's too bad you can't rename the other party members. Not that it really matters that much. It'd be nice. I kind of miss being able to rename your party members in some of the later games. You know, it gives it that personal touch. You know, you can make your friends into your allies and things like that. Oh well, guys. Things are wrapping up now. We're just about to the end here. There's a lot of, yeah, since it takes so long for these, the text scroll to happen because, you know, they have it so that's long enough that every single ability you possibly can learn will appear on the screen. But if you only learn like 3 or 4 abilities, then it's just a lot of dead time. You know, you're just standing there. But alright, here we go with the dramatic The End sequence. So anyway, guys, on that note, this has been Phoenix Down, and I will see you guys in my other project that I will get back to shortly. I'll see you guys then.